Welcome back to YouTube. I hope everybody enjoyed the last episode. Obviously something a little bit different, a little bit more of an insight into myself. Obviously what makes me tick, the reasons why I do bodybuilding, obviously a bit of my childhood, etc. as well. So today we are up at JP's gym up in Cheltenham, so JP and James Hollinshead, the shed. I'm sure you guys have noticed recently around the gym that I've picked up a new car. So yeah, coaching's been going really well lately, which has helped me to have a nice little bit of an upgrade. Unfortunately, it's not the car I'm actually sitting in at the moment. This is a courtesy car. But yeah, I have picked up a new car in for push today. They said we're up at JP's gym. The reason we've come up here today, I've actually been training in this gym quite regularly for the last 2-3 weeks. At a point in prep, there comes a time where you just need to get in and just get the work done. The workouts themselves turn a bit dog shit, and you start to obviously struggle to stay in the set, to stay in the workout, I would say. So it's good to take yourself away then to other areas. Like obviously this gym is full, is absolutely stacked with pros, some of the biggest names in British bodybuilding. There is no way you cannot get a good energy and a good vibe from being around these guys. Some phenomenal physiques in this gym, and that's what you need to be around. If that doesn't fill your fire, then you're in the wrong game. And obviously being around, we've got a fantastic gym back home, Planet Fitness. Currently at the moment I'm in there and my sessions are getting a bit lethargic because like people are stopping, people are talking, and it's all good, like it's all positive because people want to know about my journey and people want to, or clients want help obviously with certain machinery, etc., which is, like I said, is all really positive. But when it's taking like 3 hours to get a session done at this point in prep, like where meal timings need to be perfect as well, it's not a good approach. That you need to obviously make sure that you're in there, you're absolutely killing your session, you're getting your sessions done, you're ticking the boxes, getting them all ticked off. And then obviously those sessions are of a higher level. So my sessions at the moment are a lot more fast paced and more I'm normally used to. The reason for that is being I've made a bit of a change just because I was struggling, as you do in the last stages of prep, you struggle to get any sort of like connection, your food's low, so you struggle to connect with certain muscles, whereas like when you're in off season, you start a row, do about 2 reps and straight away you're full. You don't get that in prep. So now my session is a lot more fast paced. I can get a better mind to muscle connection and a better feeling. So that's my spiel over and done with. Let's get in and get a session ticked off. Instagram is the logbook. Last time I did this, I posted it on Instagram. So I'm going back now to find out what my numbers were on here. I think first off I did 4 plates aside, thinking that was going to be my top set. Did that for 12 reps. And then I did 5 plates aside for 7. So today we get 5 plates aside first instead of going into it fatigued. Okay, so we're starting out with this hammer strength piece. The reason that this is first in a session is because it's really difficult to lock it out. So obviously with machines in Planet, there's some obviously in JP's as well, like the prime pieces, where we can change the resistance profile depending on where we are in the session. so we can use this resistance profile of the machines to actually benefit ourselves. So obviously when we get fatigued, change the profile, so obviously we can still manage to get a lot of weight on the machine, but also be able to fully lengthen and shorten the movement in both ranges. So here you'll really struggle to lock it out. So we're gonna start here nice and fresh, get a flat press out the way as well. But yeah, let's go in for our top set here now. So, as you can see, before the last time I did this press was 2-3 weeks ago. And like I said, it was 5-7 reps last time round. That strength's just gone. The lower calories go, the more that strength's dropping off. I felt it straight away the first rep. But still managing to move 30 plates for 3 reps on here, which was actually quite decent, so still happy with that. But we'll drop it down to 3 now, just so I want to get a good amount of reps out. And I think if I go 4 now, with that little bit of extra fatigue already, it's going to be a struggle to get a good set out. So I want a good set of about 10 to 12 reps, so we'll go with 3 now together. Yes. 14, that was unexpected. That was a good set. Kept the reps nice and clean. A good contraction as well, so I'm happy with that. Prep bring. Okay, so second exercise now is the Atlantis incline press. This is what I've loved about coming up to this gym the last couple of weeks, is like every one of my favourite pieces of kit is in this gym. Like Jordan and James have obviously picked out their favourite pieces and they know what they're on about. And these pieces just, they hit so nice on certain muscle groups. So the second exercise, like I said, incline press, Atlantis piece. Strength profile, obviously here, so this bottom one would probably mimic a normal just chest press. Like I said, now we're fatigued, so we're going to struggle with that lockout now. So whereas I had 5 plates on the hammer strength, I'm going to put 5 plates on here as well, but we're going to distribute it differently. So 2 plates is going to go on the top peg, which means that lockout then is going to be easier. So once we get past the sticking point, then the machine is actually going to drop off slightly so that I can lock out correctly on there. So we're going in for our top set now. So 15 reps, I think. Yeah, really happy with that set, but This is a perfect example as well of, like, I've undershot that really a little bit there. It's got a lot of stimulation from a set, which is obviously what we're in here to do, to stimulate the muscle, not annihilate it. So, especially at this point in prep. So, something I just want to talk about quickly is, obviously I mentioned on there about strength dropping off, because obviously calories are low and body fat's gone to a certain lower body fat percentage. But it doesn't mean that we use it as an excuse to obviously just lighten the loads for no reason. We still want to make sure that we're getting as much stimulation through the muscle as possible. So we still want to make sure that we don't let our training slack off just because we've hit a new body fat percentage. Also, for people starting prep or starting a dieting phase, don't think that your strength is going to drop off in the first 4 weeks or the first 8 weeks. This drops off once you've been in a dieting phase for a good period of time, and once body fat percentage is obviously coming to a decently low percentage. If anything, like a lot of people would testify for this, but if anything, the first like 4 weeks of a dieting phase, your body's actually in a more responsive position. So you would, majority of the time, you'll notice that your lifts actually start to go up when you first start dieting. Again, like mobility's a factor in that. So being more mobile when you're dropping that first initial phase of body fat. Nutrition being obviously in a better place, digestion being in a better place. All those things will come into play, which will make the first few weeks of dieting, probably, like I said, your strength will increase. You'll get better at movements. It's only when we get into those dark stages where energy's just not there to obviously push those last bits of weight that we normally would. So as soon as you start dieting phase, don't slack off or don't use it as an excuse to not go 100%. 100% or nothing. Adjusting my tip pick. Yeah, so third exercise now. We've got the Atlantis dip, another really nice piece of kit. With a lot of dips, you incorporate obviously a lot of tricep as well. It's a really good mass builder for triceps, to be honest. This piece in particular, I don't really feel it on my triceps at all, which is good, so I'm not actually trying to target my triceps. I really want a lot. On my push days at the moment, they are predominantly chest focused. Reason being is just because I want to build my chest. I want to bring that up to be proportionate with my shoulders and my tricep. At the moment, I feel like my triceps and my chest are, my triceps and my shoulders are a little bit more overpowering than my chest. So just to stimulate my chest more, this piece of kit is really nice. It really focuses on your chest as well. So we're going to do this as the third exercise and then move on to pec deck, which will be fourth, and then that will be chest. And then, like I said, start of the workout predominantly chest focused, and then we'll finish off then with some side delt work and some triceps as well then. One thing to remember when training is not to let your sets or your dedicated rep range dictate your session. So like with this exercise, this is supposed to be two sets of 8 to 12. Started a set, it was too light, but I'm already in the set. So I just go then until I fail. So go until your set is actually done, until it's finished. I managed to get 20 reps out of it. So if you have started a set, don't just stop at your rep range. Don't stop at that 12 reps. If there's more in the tank, just keep going. Just keep going until you've actually finished that set, until you've got full stimulation with the shoulders or the muscle that you're working. Stimulation seems to be the word of the session today. But yeah, so just keep going until, like I said, you've completely finished the set. Don't let dedicated rep ranges dictate your actual set. So just moved from the Atlantis piece now onto the prime piece. Reason being, obviously we've done 2 sets on there, fatigued our lateral head, and now we're going to move on to the prime piece, just again because we can alter the strength profile on here. So as obviously on Atlantis then, I was struggling to get that lockout, so finish the lockout there, together obviously the shoulder in the shortened range. So on here now what we're going to do is change the profile onto setting 3, which obviously helps us in the beginning range then. So we can obviously lock out a lot easier then once we get to failure. So moving on now, obviously like tricep. This session I do only one tricep movement, and that is always an overhead movement. I just find that when we're pressing, obviously we're working the tricep. Obviously there's 3 different heads to the tricep, so we're working 2 heads in that pressing movement, and the one we're missing out on then is obviously the long head of the tricep. So I'll always do in this session an overhead variation, just so that we can hit that lengthened long head of the tricep. Obviously just to make sure we're hitting all 3 heads during the session. So this exercise will always be overhead rope. The rest of the tricep gets annihilated obviously in the presses. So yeah, we've got 3 different presses on this session that the guys hit. So. Okay, so last exercise now was the prime pec deck. Again, we've set this up so that it's hard in the beginning range, but obviously drops off then as we get the muscle short. So at this point, obviously with all the presses previously, my chest is absolutely fried now. So to really just eke out that last tiny bit of stimulus, there's the word again, we obviously work this now, make it hard in the beginning range. So as I'm starting the movement, it feels super, super heavy, but obviously it drops off then, so I can continue to bring my arms closer and squeeze that chest at the end. What we want to make sure we're doing is no matter how hard a movement gets, we don't sacrifice our form then to actually finish that rep off unconventionally, say. We want to make sure that we keep our chest obviously nice and high, nice and proud, whilst we're bringing obviously the pec deck in and squeezing the chest there. So no matter how hard it gets, you will not see my shoulders come forward and start to collapse and bring my front delt into it. I've done that in the past, that's why I've got a shit chest. So we're making sure that we keep the form standardized throughout the whole rep and throughout the whole set as well. Right, so session finished. Another belt of a session down the Shed gym. So if anyone's not been here, definitely get yourself down, get a session in. I said it's some of the best pieces of kit you will ever find, and not just for, like I said, I've done push today, but not just for push. For I've done legs down there, some really, really good pieces for legs. Nice swing squat, which is really good. Side X leg press, really, really nice. So now we're just getting our post-workout meal in. Not very aesthetic, but cream of rice. So this is the only carb meal I've actually got in at the moment. So 100 grams of cream of rice, 50 grams of vegan whey. It's a little trick that I picked up from the man behind the camera. He's not just a video guy. He's not just a video guy. Yeah, the vegan whey volumizes quite a lot. So I'm not vegan. I haven't got digestive issues, but it's more food. So more food makes Matthew happy. So yeah, we've got 100 grams of raspberry in there as well. So this is going to go down now. It's probably going to take about 30 seconds to eat, to inhale, yeah. But yeah, this is the session finished. So if everybody can give us a like, subscribe, drop a comment in the section below. The sticky toffee pudding from the JP cream rice is literally wafting up my nose right now, so as needed. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you again soon, where I should be shredded by that point.